Psalm 45, 6-7. God calling God, a hint at the Trinity. Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. A scepter of justice will be the scepter of your kingdom. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has set you above your companions by anointing you with the oil of joy. Psalm 45, 6-7. This intriguing passage from Psalm 45 presents a profound theological question. How can God address another as, O God? Does this not suggest a distinction within the Godhead? Let's delve into the rich meaning of Psalm 45, 6-7 and explore its implications for understanding the nature of God. 1. The context of Psalm 45. Psalm 45 is a royal wedding psalm celebrating the king's splendor and divine calling, a messianic psalm. While it originally refers to a Davidic king, its ultimate fulfillment points to the Messiah, God's eternal throne. The psalm proclaims the king's throne as eternal, highlighting his divine authority. Anointed by God, the king is set apart by God himself, signifying a unique relationship. Challenge. If this psalm refers to a human king, how can he be addressed as, O God? 2. God calling God. Psalm 45, 6-7 explicitly portrays one divine figure addressing another as, O God. Your throne, O God. The psalmist recognizes the eternal and divine nature of the king's rule. God, your God. This phrase introduces a second divine figure, suggesting a relational distinction, eternal kingship. The throne is described as everlasting, a trait unique to God alone. Challenge. How do skeptics reconcile the relational language in this passage with a Unitarian view of God? 3. Fulfillment in Jesus Christ. The New Testament identifies Jesus as the fulfillment of Psalm 45, 6-7. Hebrews chapter 1, 8-9. The writer explicitly applies these verses to Jesus, affirming his divinity and eternal reign. Colossians chapter 1, 16-17. Jesus is described as the creator and sustainer of all things, echoing the eternal kingship in Psalm 45. Revelation 19:16. Jesus is proclaimed as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Challenge. If Jesus is not divine, how can he fulfill the role described in Psalm 45, 6-7? 4. Connection to the Trinity. Psalm 45, 6-7 aligns with the doctrine of the Trinity, revealing the relational nature of God. The Father, the source of authority who anoints and exalts the Son. The Son, the eternal King whose throne lasts forever. The Spirit, symbolized by the oil of joy, representing God's active presence and empowerment. Challenge. If skeptics deny the Trinity, how do they explain the distinct yet unified roles depicted in Psalm 45, 6-7? 5. Counter-arguments and responses. Skeptics may argue that Psalm 45 is purely poetic or symbolic. However, literal language. The psalmist uses direct and intentional language to describe eternal kingship and divine attributes. New Testament confirmation, Hebrews chapter 1, 8-9, affirms the divine interpretation of this psalm, applying it directly to Jesus. Biblical consistency. Similar relational language appears in Genesis 1:26, let us make mankind in our image, and Isaiah 6:8, who will go for us? Challenge. How do skeptics reconcile the direct application of Psalm 45 to Jesus in the New Testament? 6. Why this matters understanding. Psalm 45, 6-7 deepens our appreciation for God's nature and his redemptive plan. God's relational nature. This psalm highlights the unity and distinction within the Godhead, pointing to the Trinity. Jesus as eternal King. Psalm 45 foreshadows Christ's reign and his role as the ultimate fulfillment of God's promises. A call to worship. Recognizing Jesus as the eternal King inspires worship and devotion. Challenge. If skeptics deny the Trinity, how do they explain God addressing another as "O God" in Psalm 45, 6-7? Call to action. What do you think about Psalm 45, 6-7? Does this passage reveal a distinction within the Godhead, or is there another explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking Bible studies.